See, this quarter three, Tanveer, has been the demand has been subdued. The demand growth witnessed was 2.6%. But when compared to quarter three of last year, when the demand growth was of at 9.9% at a higher base, 2.6% demand when converted into absolute numbers is not as bad as it appears to be. And this has been basically primarily due to the reasons which we have seen extended monsoons, weather conditions. But going ahead for the quarters, maybe quarter four and going ahead, we are seeing a positive uptake. And first 27, 28 days of January have reflected that when the demand growth has significantly improved and even the merchant tariffs have shown a significant uptrend, what was seen in quarter three.
And what gives you the conviction with the trend on power demand?
Yes, one, of course, the seasonal impact in general, when we see the past numbers during this period, especially January to June, July, it is the weather, seasonal factor also is one which drives the power demand. And also the investment from the government, which we have seen have remained muted in the first half of the year, primarily because of the elections and the state elections and central elections. We are seeing a uptrend in the government investment also, driven by manufacturing and infra investment. These are the factors which we are confident. And another factor which is coming up in a big way in India is the data center and the AI, which is a very, very high power consuming sectors. And they have also started coming up. These are the major drivers which we are confident that the demand will definitely be increasing, and our projection is at least maybe 5.5 to 6% demand growth is a very reasonable assumption to take going forward.
How are you preparing capacity-wise for this demand growth?
Yes, in terms of we are adding significant capacities as we have announced in the beginning of the year when we started the year with 7.2 gigawatt of capacity. When we are talking end of quarter three, the operational capacity is 8.12 gigawatt. And when we are talking in January, in first 25 days, again, we have added significant capacities, taking the total size to 8.8 operational capacity, 8.8 gigawatt. And by March, what we have said, we are absolutely confident that 10 gigawatt capacity will be operational. Here, one thing important to add is that recently we have acquired a large portfolio in renewable energy, which is a O2 power with a capacity of 4.9 gigawatt, out of which by June 25, the operational capacity will be 2.3 gigawatt, which takes us to 12.3 gigawatt by June 25. And another thermal asset, one of the best operating asset in the country also, through the IBC process, we have been issued the letter and the process is on, and we expect this also acquisition to be consumed maybe in next few months. So by June 25, that total asset, thermal asset is of 3.6 gigawatt, out of which 1.8 gigawatt is fully operational. So by June, with these two assets, our capacity is coming up. We are absolutely certain from quarter three end of 8.1 gigawatt will be 14 gigawatt operating capacity.
Okay, great. Sharad, I do also want to get your sense in on the upcoming budget. What can we expect as far as infrastructure investment spending is concerned from the government, and also SOPs for renewable energy?
Yeah. See, when we talk of government investment, which I said maybe a few minutes earlier, that there was lower government spend, especially in the first half of the year, for the reasons we all know, for elections and other things. So we expect that this push is going to continue, especially with the new geopolitics, what we have witnessed in US. It is going to be very, very important that the Western world and the rest of the world sees a stabilized, growing economy with responsibility. So we are absolutely sure that the investment in the infrastructure driven by in all segments, whether it is rail, air, road transport, and urbanization, these are the factors which are definitely going to drive. And also manufacturing, investment related to manufacturing is also going to be significantly a big focus is what we expect. Coming to the renewable energy sector, which we see last year, if we remember, that the government allocated more than 19,000 crores for renewable energy in the budget, and we are seeing great results. If we see this year, last year, when the renewable energy capacity addition was about 18.3 gigawatt, this year in first 3 quarters only till December 24, we have witnessed in excess of 18 gigawatt. So, and we are absolutely certain that this will be significantly higher. So, whether it is related to power capacity additions or related to manufacturing to de-risk the supply chain, these are the key focus areas we are expecting that government will continue to focus on and provide desired support to the industry.
Right. How much growth in India's overall GDP, Sharad, do you expect from the infrastructure thrust?
Overall, when we are talking of maybe close to about 6.5% growth, wherein, of course, infra plays a significant role. And we, of course, expect this year was an exceptional year. We all have seen a bit of a slowdown in H1 of the current fiscal. Next year, the year expected to be smooth, and the infra-driven growth infra will be the major focus, and we are absolutely certain in these current conditions in the current fiscal, when the expected growth is in the range of 6.4 to 6.5, definitely this is the bare minimum number. Expectation is maybe 6.8 to 7% growth in the GDP in the coming fiscal.
Right. I also want to get a sense, Sharad, on how you're looking at new areas of development when it comes to energy evolution, and especially world over, they're talking about nuclear energy. How is JSW as a group thinking about alternative energy, safer energy, and more powerful energy driving growth?
Yes, this is a very, very important question. I will say that we also have been focusing, like the focus on initially it started with solar, wind, and then it came with battery energy storage, now pump storage for longer discharge of energy during the peak demand hours. These are the areas on which the country already started working about 2 years back in terms of storage. But yes, nuclear, recently Government of India has come with a first policy for entry of the private sector, in which for the captive requirements, maybe setting up the nuclear power plant for a reliable round-the-clock energy. So, and that is for hard-to-abate industries. It is very, very positive our decision which has been taken. So we at JSW Energy, though it is
Sure.
evolving, definitely focusing on this.